Joe Swail, good to see him back on the circuit, helped by that terrific performance last season. As I say, getting to the final of the Paul Hunter Classic, having dropped off the circuit. In fact, he wasn't going to play, but he entered a few PTCs, found a bit of form, and here he is, back on the tour. Shaun Murphy made an uncertain start to the season. He's got a new cue. His previous one, I believe, was damaged. Lost in the qualifiers for the Wuxi Classic. Lost second round in Australia, although he did lose to the eventual champion, Marco Fu. Another Joe alongside me, Joe Johnson. Good to see Joe Swail back again on the circuit.
Yes, absolutely. Been a great player, hasn't he, over the years. 113 he's ranked at the moment. But if he plays anything like he did last year, then he's got a very good chance of climbing up the rankings. Still a very good player, Joe Swail.
Well, if ever there was a false ranking position, that's it.
Well, he's got a good cue ball, but he's pushed the red right over the pocket. Black's tied up for the moment. Yes, I'll have to give Shaun a call and ask him about the cue, what really happened, because it was a beautiful cue he had. Over 60 years old. A lot of players only have one cue all the career. Some other players, like our own Mark Allett, used to swap them in events.
Yes, there are some players who will only change the cue if they have to. Stephen Hendry did when his got broken. Peter Ebdon last season changed his cue and then changed it back again.
Well, don't see that often. Screwing off the pack and cue ball going back up towards ball. Had that much screw on the cue ball. Brought the pink into play. And it is again that second kiss on the red. Very surprised to see the cue ball up there. It was a good split. Tough red to the right corner. Made to look easy.
13.
Just caught the red. Wanted to come round the back of the black, maybe finish up on the blue or one of the baulk colours. He's got to be careful. Got to hide that red closest to the left corner. Jaws of the blue, jaws of the green pocket should do that.
Shaun Murphy, 13.
Now, as he left the gap, the way he's played it. And still a tough pot. Joe looks like he's been away.
Well, he's been away, hasn't he? Full stop. He dropped off the professional circuit, didn't fancy the Q school, and didn't really practice, but entered a couple of PTCs and got to that final. came within a couple of matches of qualifying again for the Crucible. He did really well in the World Qualifiers. The World Qualifiers is where Murphy beat him in 2005, and of course he went on to win the title. But Joe Swail's won their other 2 meetings.
And this time it's Shaun Murphy who's pushed the red over that left corner. It's going to be difficult to get to a colour here though.
One.
In fact, it may be snookered.
Well, it doesn't look too promising.
Yellow ball.
Nominated the yellow.
Trying to come in behind it. Hasn't hit it hard enough though. He hasn't left a free ball, has he?
Just well 1.
Looks like he has.
4. Free ball.
Never thought of that one, Joe. Although the free ball, well, nothing easy to pot. Wouldn't really want to put him back in. He could find himself snookered behind the yellow.
Yes, and of course you can't just tickle up to the free ball.
Well, that was a clever shot. Played the yellow, trying to leave himself on the green or the brown. At the same time, had he missed it, he hadn't left anything.
Shaun Murphy 1.
A very confident attempt at the pot. Now, has he got away with it? That little kiss he got there on the red may have just saved him. No, he can get to the red.
1.
Well, all that might work in Joe Swail's favour, leaving the free ball, ultimately. He is twice a Crucible semi-finalist, was runner-up in the Welsh Open 2009 to Ali Carter. Been as high as 10th in the world, but his career has been pretty inconsistent. He's been up and down the rankings, in and out the top 16. But he's got a second chance here. He's back on the circuit. Determined, I'm sure, to make the most of it. Oh dear, didn't make the most of that.
Just well 1.
Well, he's got away with it, I think. He's just holding his hand up.
Yeah, it's overcut the blue and very fortunate.
I suppose the one thing about these polo shirts they're wearing is you're not going to foul with the sleeve of your shirt. It's one less thing to worry about. Although Although of course bare arm is the is the same.
Just attempting to land up to this red.
Foul. The miss. Shaun Murphy 4.
So close, but not close enough. Nico de Vos is the referee.
Oh, it's definitely hard enough this time. In fact, it's a little too hard. Wanted to cover those reds into the middle. I'm sure Murphy may be tempted at this red. Play down for the blue and one of the baulk colours. Chance to win the frame here. Yes, it could take some getting used to, this cue. I know that it's okay to change your cue if you can always go back to your old one, but if you've lost your old one and you're forced into playing with one, it can sometimes affect your confidence in a different way. Big shot here, and he's played it well. Excellent pot from Joe Swail. He doesn't need the black in play. There's enough reds around the pink area.
Eighth. $14. $15. $21.
Deliberately held the pink spot.
$22.
No, thinks he got another kick there, but he's okay. There's a red just past the baulk line. Pink will go back on its own spot.
28. $29.
Played that one well. Could so easily have gone wrong, that one. A little shorter. He does look pretty sharp though, Joe Swail. Nice little cannon there.
35.
Pink doesn't go to the middle.
36.
And hasn't quite come far enough there. Wanted to be the other side of the pink, taking the cue ball towards the reds. And that's about as good as he could get on this red.
42. $43. $49. $50.
So the 50 up. Pink is going to put him 36 in front, so he's going to need another red as well.
Yes, if he can get directly behind this red, we'll roll into the middle. Like to be straight on it. That's okay. Just drop it in dead weight.
56.
Have a natural angle on the pink.
57.
The pink means he'll lead by 43, 35 on, so it's 2 4-point snookers to tie.
Now maybe you can just push the black onto the cushion here. Send the red down the table.
Swail.
Well, that's just as good if he's got the snooker and frame.
Yeah, Murphy right down the line of that. He snookered, he needed a couple anyway, and he's seen enough. So a good 63 from Joe Swail. He's made a good start here. He leads Shaun Murphy in Rotterdam 1-0.